In a small Oklahoma town, a postal worker discovers a hungry and scared little girl wandering the streets. She tells the worker that her 4-year-old sister Athena is missing, prompting authorities to launch a desperate search for the young girl, involving numerous law enforcement agencies and over 100 volunteers. Investigators are faced with a murky story of who is responsible for the 2 little girls and when Athena was last seen alive.
Four-year-old Athena was first reported missing Tuesday at 2 p.m. Authorities say a mail carrier was at a home on West Nebraska Avenue when they found a 5-year-old girl alone. That girl was Athena's 5-year-old sister, who said her little sister was missing.
Cyril, Oklahoma, a sleepy little town situated near the military hub of Lawton and the Wichita Mountains National Wildlife Refuge, is like many other rural landscapes and boasts a population of around 800, so most neighbors know each other, at least in passing. It was around 2 p.m., January 10, 2023, when a mail carrier found unattended 5-year-old Athena Brownfield in the 200 block of West Nebraska. She was seen wandering the area and complained to the postal worker that she was hungry and that her sister Athena was missing. Authorities were quick to respond and stated that Athena did not require medical care but was taken into protective custody.
We got involved at the request of Cyril PD last night and have been out here in town searching for her since that time.
Now, I understand that the parents, they are in contact with OSBI. Can you talk anything more about that situation? Were they home at the time, or what's going on with the parents and the family?
Well, what I'll tell you guys at this point in time is obviously this is a very active and ongoing investigation, and right now our top priority is locating her and sorting out who's responsible will come next. But we need to find this little girl.
At this time,
While investigators have not released much information about who was caring for the girls at the time, nor the whereabouts of their parents, a Facebook post that purportedly came from the girls' extended family alleges that Athena and her sister were under the care of other family members who left them unsupervised before her disappearance. Namely, Ivon Neil Adams III and Alysia Adams. Ivon and Alysia were married in June of 2014 and seemed to enjoy a quaint but happy life with their 4 children. Alysia appeared to be a stay-at-home mom who touted herself as a beauty influencer on TikTok, while Ivon seems to have worked various jobs after leaving the Marine Corps. At some point near the end of 2022, though, things seemed to fall apart as the two no longer share images of one another on social media, and Alysia Adams publicly fawns over a new boyfriend, Bladen Davis, right around New Year's Eve. She would continue to post images of the two together, including a date in Oklahoma City lasting the entire weekend of January 7th and 8th. Other social media accounts clearly indicated that Ivon and Alysia had gone their separate ways, but what wasn't clear is who was caring for their 4 children, as well as Athena and Athena. It is believed that Ivon Adams gathered his own children and left for Arizona sometime around January 5th or 6th, clearly leaving Athena and Athena behind, but with no answers as to the whereabouts of little Athena. Alysia seemed to have left town at the beginning of January and advised her family that she had left the 2 little girls in the care of Ivon. When officers caught up with Ivon, however, he stated that he left both girls in the care and custody of their grandparents, to which they deny and the evidence does not suggest. While the OSBI remained tight-lipped about the status of the biological parents, with a bit of research it was discovered that Jasmine Athena Brownfield Tucker and Wesley Brownfield are the actual parents, with Jasmine getting remarried to a Devontae Tylon Tucker on Halloween of 2022. Neither have any particular criminal history noted in Oklahoma, and it does not appear that Child Protective Services have been involved in the custody situation.
Tuesday night, hundreds of volunteers began the search as OSBI took over the investigation. Authorities taped off the little girl's home and executed a search warrant. At Wednesday morning's news conference, OSBI said they were in contact with the parents. Later that afternoon, when asked where the parents are, authorities declined to answer and said it was part of the ongoing investigation. KOCO has asked DHS if they've had contact with Athena's family before her disappearance. DHS said they were unable to discuss child welfare cases with us because they are confidential by state and federal statutes.
Go to this block here and just we're going to grid these blocks out.
Also Wednesday morning, OHP's emergency response team conducted a grid search with dozens of volunteers.
We're going to pray we find her alive, please God, and we're going to put some rest to this.
Volunteers from Duncan, Lawton, Elgin, and beyond, walking every inch of the small town, desperate for answers.
Somebody knows, so do the right thing, be the right person, be human, help somebody have some closure for this baby. I just keep telling myself this is my grandbaby. I would want anybody and everybody to be out here looking. I'd move mountains for my babies. I literally would walk through fire, move mountains, do whatever I had to.
24 hours after Athena was reported missing, OSBI sent volunteers home and brought in 2 bloodhound teams from the Department of Corrections to search specific areas. This morning, the town of Cyril canceled trash pickup from the direction of OSBI.
Thursday, January 12th, 2 days after the search began, OSBI agents announced the arrest of Alysia Adams on 2 complaints of child neglect. The very next day, authorities confirmed that Adams' husband, Ivon, had been arrested in Phoenix, Arizona on a warrant for first-degree murder. The brief arrest affidavit mentioned child homicide and noted that evidence was found on his cell phone. Ivon Adams waived his right to an extradition hearing during his first court appearance in Arizona and is being held there on a $1 million cash bond as he awaits extradition to Oklahoma.
So I want to get there and take care of it.
So you want to waive your rights?
I don't want a hearing here.
That means you would not have an extradition hearing.
Right.
If you're not able to post your bond with that option.
I need to get there and fight this.
Monday, the 16th, authorities officially labeled the ongoing search as a recovery operation. Within 24 hours, an Oklahoma arrest affidavit for Ivon Adams was made public, laying out the grisly details of what investigators had learned. In it, we find that Ivon and Alysia had been caring for Athena and Adina for nearly 2 years and had never taken them to a doctor's checkup or enrolled them in any type of schooling. The smoking gun comes from a review of Alysia and Ivon's phone records, as well as an admission from Alysia on January 12th, the day that she was arrested. Alysia confessed that around midnight on December 25th, 2022, Ivon beat Athena and held her up by her arms. Athena was not moving and her eyes were barely open. He then laid her on the ground and punched her at least 3 more times in the chest. Athena never moved after that. Ivon then left around 1 a.m. with Athena. When he returned, he told Alysia that he buried her near a fence line that was next to their old residence in Rush Springs. He informed her that he placed a large broken branch over the burial site. This is the story of many people allegedly failing in their duties as caretakers, as parents, and as guardians of these 2 young girls. Ivon and Alysia saw it fit to cover up a horrendous Christmas Day murder of a child, and then carry on with their lives as if nothing happened, posting TikToks, going on dates, partying on New Year's Eve, all while Athena lay buried in a cold, shallow grave, and her sister left wondering where her best friend is.
Continue our breaking news coverage this afternoon. Remains of a child have been found in Grady County. Here's a look right now live from Sky 5. You can see investigators there, multiple investigators there on the ground.
Tuesday, January 17th, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation announced that they had discovered remains of a young child in Rush Springs. The OSBI is awaiting a report from the medical examiner's office to confirm that it is in fact Athena Brownfield.